Welcome one and all to this fourth episode of D and Other D with me, Mike.
Me, Lilith.
And you, Lilith. And today we are going to actually select our boxes and move it about. Now, before we use the button system, I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to create our own button interface. Especially if we want to drag, it's going to become important. For now, we're not going to worry about dragging, just making things work. But yeah, so we're going to need a new interface, our own interface. All right, so let's go to the cell script. Now, I've already tried this before. That's why there's a daddy cell there. Okay, and you'll see eventually this will load. And you will see that this is the cell that we've got so far. We've got the move cell as well. My daddy cell is a bit more complicated. The most important part is these extensions up here. These are called interfaces. They allow us to subscribe to certain events like these. And in fact, we need to use the Unity Engine event system. Okay? So here, right here at the top, you want to type using and then Unity Engine. So start typing UN. There it is. Look, Unity Engine dot. Now hit the letter E.
Why is it in gray?
Because it's not, nothing's using it yet. Hit E. Event systems, semicolon. Now here we need to add new interfaces. We want to hover on a button, hover off of a button, and also click on the button. So let's hit I, type the letter I, and then P for pointer. Okay, pointer, down handler, enter and exit. So let's do enter. Now IP, exit, and then IP, down. That means clicking. So for this, we're going to need a bunch of callbacks. So for this, you're going to need public, void, no space, capital O, on, now pointer with capital P, enter, capital E. No, I meant the word enter, sorry. Shift E, enter. Enter, open round. And I think it's called event data or something like that. Pointer event data, PED. Or pointer event data, let's call it that way. There. So you'll see that this squiggle goes away because we created an on pointer enter. Now we need an on pointer exit and an on pointer down. So copy this one too. Paste it here. Type XIT for exit. And now paste it here as well. And replace this with down, capital D. Save. And now you'll see there's events for all of these. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now on pointer enter, we want to highlight the button, right? So currently we have our box image on each box. So let's go and take a look at our cell. Okay, it's got a box and it's got a selection. Actually, let me take a look at daddy cell. Oh, it's got box and selection exactly the same. So it's got a box and a selection. Now at the moment the cell has a button script. We're going to remove this button script because we're going to have our own inside cell. Now for the cell, we already have access to our image. We need another image. We need the selection image. So copy all of this, paste it here. Selection with a lowercase s. Yeah, selection image. And inside setup, we need to set it up here. So copy selection image, paste it here, copy all of this, paste it here, type selection with a capital S. Save. All right. So now our selection is this thing, and it's got this highlight window. We're gonna remove it. We're gonna put nothing, because when you put nothing, it actually defaults to a white square. So you'll see now, for example, when we hit play, it's all white squares. The reason why that is because all of our cells are covered in white. See? I've uncovered it now. So what we need to do is we need to make it so that every time you're off of it, you are unhighlighted. You're not highlighted. And every time you're on it, you're highlighted. And look, I've got a highlight box function here. Oops, apparently this one doesn't matter. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I've turned them all off. I see what but it would matter. We need a way to highlight the box. And look, I've used a thing called daddy selection state. What this is it's an enum. What an enum is, I think we've done this before in our previous game. An enum is like a number, but expressed in words. Imagine if you could give all of the numbers a name. Say 0, what would you call 0? Give him a name.
Nothing.
Nothing. So, well, I think that's an illegal word. I don't think you can use that one. But if it were something like number enum dot nothing, it would mean 0. So in this case, you see unhovered means 0. Hovered means whatever follows 0, which is
1.
And then selected, right? So we need a box to be not hovered, or selected. So let's remove the word daddy here. Save. So we're gonna call it selection state, okay?
Okay.
And here we're gonna say this is our cell. We're going to change the selection state. So here you go, public void. Does it need to be public? No, just make it void. No public. Void selection state. Change selection. Sorry, change selection state. Something like that. Change selection state. Think. Open around. Require a selection, whatever we called it. So hold shift and start typing selection. There it is, selection state, and call it SS, 2 lowercase s's. Close the round, open a squiggle, hit enter twice and close it. Save. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the color of our selection image, right, based on our selection state. So if we are unhovered, what color should our selection be in order to be completely invisible? How is a color made? It's made of 4 parts. Do you know what they are?
No.
A red channel, a green channel, a blue channel, and an alpha channel. I'll show you now what this means. So, in order to form any color in the world, you have these 3 values, R, G, and B. Okay? If you increase R, more red happens. So this is the color you get. If you decrease it, red goes away, it becomes black. It becomes black because all the others are missing. If you put green up, you get green. What happens if you put red and green up?
Get Yellow.
Yellow. What if you put all three? White. Okay, so these three values mix in various ways to create any color you want. But what if you wanted to make it transparent? To make it transparent, you don't really have it as a color, but you do have it here. Check this out. See how I'm making it go away? It's slightly visible. Let me doodle something here with the black color. Hi. Okay, so it says hi here, right? And this one, because it's transparent, we can see through it. But if I increase that all the way to the top, you can't see through it, right? Now, so when we select a cell, we want to see a bit through, right? So what about when we don't select a cell? How much opacity do we want when the cell is not selected at all?
We don't want any.
That's right. So the color will be any color we choose with no opacity. When we hover on a thing, it will be a color we choose with, say, 50% opacity, like so. And then when we select, it's also going to be 50% opacity, but maybe another color for when we select, right? Okay, anyway, so this is how colors work. So let's go back to here, and in the game manager, I've commented out a bunch of things. Look at that. So daddy cells we don't need. There is a selected cell though, which will be needed later. There is a selection colors. This one's important. So let's cut this, Control X. Put it right here. And call it selection colors without daddy, just lowercase s. Type S. Save. Control S. Now in the cell, right here, we're going to say copy selection image, paste it here, dot, color, equals, game manager, there it is, hit tab, dot, script, so it should be S and it should already appear, there it is, dot, selection colors. There it is, there it is, there it is. And now we need to tell it which one, so it's going to be square bracket. Now remember how I told you that this is just a number, right? But it doesn't look like a number, it looks like a selection state. So it's going to be a word. In order to turn it back into a number, we need to do this. This is called casting. So we're going to tell the machine to think of whatever we tell it, which is SS, as a number. So remember how you said earlier that, actually let's not do it earlier, like here. So hovered is 1, right? So here, if you go and you say selection state hovered and you send it hovered, what will it do here? With this, it will turn the word hovered into a number, which is which number?
1.
1. So it will find the second color. Okay?
Okay.
Now let's go to the colors that we discussed a moment ago we will need to do. Oh, there's an error. So we're just going to turn this off for a moment. Save. Oh, wait. Save. Okay. Actually, yeah, well, anyway, so now it should compile correctly, I think. And there are the colors. We said we need 3. Unhovered. So unhovered, let's go with white, but no alpha. Alpha on 0. You see the bottom little box here is dark?
Yep.
This one we said about half. You see how it's half white? And this one's also going to be the same, but not this color. Let's go with red, for example, for selection. Doesn't really matter. Let's go with this for now. Okay?
Okay.
So we got our 3 colors. Now, when we initially set up a cell, what color should it be? Which state should it be? Unhovered, hovered, or selected? When you first set it up for the first time.
It should be unhovered.
So right here at start, you're going to type change selection state. So CH, there it is, hit tab, open a round bracket, hit tab right away, dot, which of these 3 will you choose? Hovered? I thought you said unhovered earlier.
Oh yeah, unhovered.
It's not really a word, but just type U. Oh, there it is.
Oops.
Hit tab. Whoops. Save. So when we on pointer enter, this means when our mouse goes on top of the picture, what should we become? Copy this. What should we become? What state? Paste here. This means that your mouse has entered the picture. It's on top of the picture now. Of that one little box. So
It should become red because it's
no, red is selected. Should become half transparent, not fully transparent. So what's that state cover called?
Selected.
Hovered. To hover means to stay on top of something. Now copy all of this. What about when you exit the box? Paste it here. What state should we go to?
Unhovered.
So UN. See why it's much easier to deal with enums as opposed to numbers? Because I wouldn't remember the numbers, but the enums I can remember easily. Now paste it one more time. And what about when you click it?
It is selected.
Selected, that's right. So let's see if this is going to work. Alright. So this should already immediately work. Let's hit play. Hit space. It's working, right? Right. It's fairly clear. Maybe we can make it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, maybe. And then when you select it, it does go red.
And what happens when I leave it?
It goes back white.
Which is a problem, right? This shouldn't be happening. Okay, cool. So we need to make a few changes here for when the thing is selected or when it isn't selected, right? So I think we should have some kind of like select cell. See, I had a selected cell right here. I also had a cursor displacement. Oh, I think this was for later, which we never used, but that's okay. So let's just keep this and change it to cell and change it from daddy select cell to just selected cell. Save. All right, Control MO. Look, here I've hidden a bunch of things, but there's a select box. And scramble cells we've already done. And update UI we've already done. Get cell from coordinates, have we already done? Yes, have cell from position, we got that. And we need swap cells still, but we'll worry about that in a moment. So first thing will be selecting the box. Now, we are going to have to select the box directly from here. Okay, directly in here. So let's create a public void. Yeah, space. Select cell, let's call it. So Shift S, select cell with a capital C. Open around. Request a cell. Capital C cell. No, just cell. Call it C. There we go. Okay. Now, let's think about our game for a second. When no cell is selected and you select a cell, what should happen?
It should become. It should become. When you select it, should become red.
That's right. Should you be able to select it again?
Yes.
What would happen if you selected it again?
It would go red again.
Really? So if a cell is already red and I click it again, it goes red again?
No, it goes half transparent.
So it goes back to not selected, right? So if the cell I'm selecting is the same cell I've already selected, right, then I do something. But if there is no selected cell whatsoever, right, then I need to do a certain thing. So we're going to check here. We're going to say if, and now you say selected cell, that's the one, equals null, N-U-L-L. This means that we haven't selected one yet. Because if we have selected a cell already, then we need to check if the cell we're selecting now is the same one as before, in which case we need to unselect it. But if we select a second one, what should happen? So if you selected a cell first, then you select a different one, what should happen?
The cell that was red before should become back white, and then the other one that you selected should become red.
Really? And then how do we play the swapping?
Actually, it stays red, and then you click the other one and becomes red, and then they swap.
They swap. It doesn't become red; they just swap. But yes, the two cells will swap. That's pretty important, right? So there's important stuff to worry about. So if the selected cell is null, then we can say selected cell equals C. Equals C. Okay, save. And then we're gonna say, instead of this, let's make this public so we can access it from here. Save. Then we can say, copy this, paste it here, dot, change selection state, that's the one, open around, and selection state selected, save. Okay, now did we have anything more? I'm just curious. Oh, here I was receiving an ID. Interesting, I don't think that particularly matters. Yeah, this is all exactly the same, so nothing else really happens. But in the cell, we're going to have to do something. You've noticed that how when we move off of the cell, then unhovered plays. But we should make it so that if it's been selected, then surely we can't do that. Okay? So here we're going to say, well, first of all, here we're going to type game manager.script.select cell. Game, oh, there it is. Hit tab. Dot script. There it is. Hit tab. Dot select cell. Oh, it's already here. Open round, and it wants a cell. Now you are in a cell, so feed it this. THIS. Close the round. Semicolon. Save. Okay. Now here we're gonna say this is only possible if the selected cell is not this. Okay, so we're going to say if open round, and you're going to say game manager.script.selected cell. There it is. Dot script. It's already there, Lilith. Dot selected cell. One down, and then hit tab. One more down. Yep, now hit tab. Is not equal to, that's exclamation mark equals. Yeah, equals this. THIS. Close the round. Open a squiggle. Yep, alright. Save. Now let's copy this as well. Paste it here. And here, save. So, no, you pressed Control V, not Control. Wait, Control S. Okay, I think I pressed Control A as well, but anyway. Okay, yeah. So
what does Control A do?
Select all. All right. So now, if we press this, we should get a situation in which it's gone red, right? Mm-hmm. And now I see. You see, I cannot select any others, because we haven't covered it yet, but also if I hover on this one, nothing happens. See this?
Yes. Is that right or not?
Yeah, that's correct. That's what we want, right? I mean, we may give it a hovered selection stage if we wanted to. Say a darker red when you hover or something. I don't know. Could do. I think it's a bit strong, by the way, that 50%. Let's lower it to 25. I'm not sure about the highlight though. I think the highlight, I may want it to be more, a little bit more prominent, and this one also more prominent, but not too much. Let's say 35. Let's test it again. Yeah, the white one is, okay, yeah, I like this. This is pretty good, right? Okay, so that's good so far. Now we need to worry about all of the other cases. So if the cell has been selected, well, let's check. If, you're gonna type if, open round, selected cell, it's already there, hit tab, equals C. So it's the same one I had already selected before, C. Close the round, open a squiggle, hit enter twice and close it. So if the selected cell is the same one as we had selected before, then we're going to copy these two. What?
I was asking, do I save?
Sure. Then copy these two, paste them here. So we're going to unselect, right? So we're going to tell the selected cell that it's going to become null. And we're going to tell this one that it's going to become hovered, because for sure our mouse is right on top there when we unselect, right? Now we should be able to actually select cells as much as we like. So I can't select these, but I can. I got a null reference. This means something becomes null. Oh, I can see what the problem is. Look at the code order. We said selected cell equals null, and then we changed it to hovered, but it's null. So we need to unhover it, excuse me, we need to unselect it before we null it. So cut, Control X, and put this in front of this. Save. So now the operation is going to be done first, and then we're going to set it to null. Let's see.
No, there are no more null references.
So clicking around still won't work, and that's okay.
But you can unclick it.
I can unclick cells. See? It's working perfectly fine. Okay. Cool. Now we need the last case, which is if you select a different one. Save. Okay. And now we're going to need to swap them. So let's create a void here. Swap cells. Open around. Oh, actually, I don't even remember how we do this because it gets complicated, I think. But I think we're just going to feed it the two cells here. So go cell, capital C, cell. Okay, there it is. There. Never mind. Yeah, and call it CA. And another cell. There it is. CB. So we're going to have two cells, A and B. Save. Okay. And we're going to copy, paste it here. Open, and we're going to feed it. Copy selected cell, paste it here, comma, C. Close the round, semicolon. Save. Now, a few important things. We should probably also unhover it, like unselect it and then unhover it. Interesting that it goes to hovered. I think this is incorrect. But it goes to this, I guess. Yeah, it should be fine actually. So the same as this, the stuff that we have above. So copy this. Paste it here. No. Here. All right. Save. Cool. And that should do. Now swap cells is where the fun begins. So we've already done all of this. So for swap cells, okay, it's going to be, we need to get the coordinates of each other and then update the UI. Because we've already set up that update UI to do all of the reordering of the boxes in the hierarchy, etc. That complicated thing that we did last time. So all we need to do is, as we've done here, we might as well copy all of this. So copy all of this, paste it here, save. Now let's read through this. So vector to int CA position coordinates, CB position coordinates. Let's put this lowercase is fine. So let's put lowercase here as well, CA and CB. So we're gonna go get the coordinates of each of these and save them, okay? So it's gonna be the coordinates of CA, what did we call them? Current box position, and CB, copy current box position, paste it here. Then here say CA, and here say CB. Now I guess we didn't call it move cell, so copy this, paste it here, and now copy this position. So you want the B to go into position A, so paste it here, and you want A to go into position B, so copy this and paste it here. And now let's call update UI. Save. All right, let's test. So now it should swap them and then unselect them. Okay, ready? Let's say this one is the back, right? Goes here. It's not bad. It works. Whoops, that's wrong. Done. So that works, right? We can still break it on purpose, and that's fine. So we should have some kind of thing where the game figures out, right, if we're done. By the way, I think we've done all of the things we needed to do, so we can go delete daddy cell. Don't need it anymore. There you go. And now with the game,
we lost some of the code.
Yeah, I've deleted my own code. It's fine. So this is the cell. We swap cells, and there should be something that checks if the puzzle has been completed correctly. When will the puzzle be completed correctly? How would you know that? How would the game know? Do we have information for that?
No, right?
Yes, we do. In the cell, look, you got a correct box position and a current box position. Let's take, for example, this one, right? Its current position is X and Y. Which numbers?
X3.
No. X?
X1.
1. Y?
Y2.
2. So 1 and 2 should be the current position of this box. And its correct position is instead?
X3 and Y0.
Okay, so let's see if you are correct. So you told me 3, 0 for the correct position, and current is 1, 2, correct? What about now? What's the current box position?
Of which one?
Of the box I have selected, this one.
Now it is.
Read it here.
It's right now. Its current box position is 3, X3, and Y0.
What does this have in common with the correct box position?
That they're the same?
They're the same. So if those two positions are the same, it means the box is in the correct position, right? So what happens if all boxes are in the correct position?
Then you would win the game.
Right. So we need to check if every box is in the correct position. Because computers are really fast at doing these calculations, we can do it ourselves. We can loop through all of the cells. So here you would put void space, call it test end game, capital T. Test end, not and, end for the end. End game, capital G. Open, close around, open a squiggle, hit enter twice, close it.
Oops.
That's fine, we'll remove that. There, close the squiggle. Save. So here we need to do a for loop for every cell, right? So where are our cells? There they are, copy this. Now type for and hit tab. So FOR. Tab. Paste the cells. Dot length. Dot L tab should be enough. What? Dot length. Dot. No. I said dot L and then tab should be enough. That's what I meant.
Oh.
Alright, for int I to the length of the cells. Now here we need to check what? We need to check if they are the same or if they are different. The positions. Lilith, wake up! Come on! What? Just answer my question. What do you need to check?
You need to check if they're in the correct position.
Yes. So do we need to check if they're in the correct position or in the wrong position?
Both.
Not really. I mean, one is the opposite of the other, so it's effectively doing both at the same time. But the question is, what's more important to know? If one is right or if one is wrong?
If one is wrong.
Why?
Because otherwise you can't finish the game if one is wrong.
Okay, so all we need is one to be wrong for the win to be not a win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would say if, and then we would say copy cells, paste it, I dot correct position is not exclamation mark equals exclamation mark equals. Listen, this is very simple. Okay, we've done it 900 times by now. Equals means is the same. Exclamation mark equals means is not. Okay, so don't type is not. Good. Now cells copy. Wait, try it again. Paste. Square bracket I. Now dot what? What should we choose?
Correct box position.
Okay, so if correct box position is not correct box position, it's a bit unlikely. It's like saying if Lilith is not Lilith. So which one should we choose?
Current box.
Why current?
If it is not the correct.
So if the correct position, what you're saying right now is, if the correct position is not the same as the current box position, what does that mean? That you haven't won. Right? Save. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do something called return. What this means is, in a void function like this one, it means that it's going to stop right here. So basically, it goes from cell to cell to cell through all of the cells, and it goes, if your correct position is not the same as your current position, it means you're not in the current position. I don't care about checking any other cells. The fact that there's just one cell that is not in the right position means you haven't won. Return. Okay? And here instead we can say print and type you won in English here. So space 1. Close the quote. Yeah, close the quote, close the round. That one, shift apostrophe. Close the round, semicolon. Save. Now, how does the logic of this work? It goes through this loop between cells, from cell to cell to cell, and it checks if one of them is wrong, it immediately returns. This means it's never going to get here. But if it never returns before getting here, what must it mean?
It must mean that you have one.
Why? Because all of the cells are in the correct position. That's what it must mean. It was never true that one of the cells' correct position was not the same as the current position. So it means that all of them were in the correct position. Therefore, you won. So now we're going to go to the game thing and remove maximize and play. We're going to hit this and you're going to play it. Here you go. Let's press space. There. You play the game. What are you doing?
Thinking.
You're swapping the back and forth, the same one several times. Okay. Never mind. Oh boy. I'm just gonna wait here. No pressure, the internet is watching.
I know.
Anybody who comes to a cocktail party or whatever and tells me that children are so smart, I'm gonna headbutt them on the spot. Okay.
Definitely wrong.
Definitely wrong, yes. You want to leave alone all of the ones that are correct. So only touch the ones that are wrong. Those are the only ones you may want to do something about.
I think I know.
Okay, good.
Get the mouse in place. Yep.
No, you still didn't get the you won message. Aha! Now you would get the you won message, but we forgot something. We forgot to call it. Because we are potatoes. When should we call this test?
When you finished putting all the pieces together?
How would... That's a tautology. You should call the test for if you finished all the pieces, placing all the pieces in the right place, if you knew that you've placed all the pieces in the right place, but you don't know that. So when do you call the test? When do you check if all of the pieces have been put correctly? After what? The suspense is real. In every game in the world, first you do a move, then
checks that move is right.
Yes. So we should test the end game every time we swap a cell. Copy this, paste it here, semicolon, save. Now you gotta play the game again. Or did you? Let's tell you what. Let's import a new picture. So let's go to Google. What do you want to search for? We did a ship, something with nature in it. Do you have any characters you like? I don't know, something.
I want to do a flower puzzle.
Okay, and type flower. This one doesn't look too bad. This one looks better in terms of details. This one looks even better. Okay, so now one thing we needed to look for. Oh dear, there should be a way to tell it what size we want. And we also need to say label for reuse with modification. So this may be reducing our pool somewhat. Large. This one's pretty good, but it's a bit too complex. This one's great. This one should work fairly well for our purposes. This one should also be pretty good. Shall we get this one?
Sure.
Okay, so this is huge. And it's also a bit of a square, so actually this is bad. It's a bad ratio. Come on, is there a way to tell it what ratio we want? No? Settings, rubbish. Never mind. This one's good too. This is ginormous. This is not bad. This one is okay. I used to have these flowers. Okay. So let's go to this page. This one, copy image. Let's go to here, sprites, ship. So we're gonna open the ship in GIMP. Go new, paste, Control V. Okay, wait, it just took the thumbnail, the banana here. Copy image, paste again. Paste. Why is it so, what the heck? I thought it said 4000 by something, something, something. Yeah, resolution 19. Free download original. Okay. Oh, you need to log in. Never mind. That is frustrated tonight. This one's not bad too. As a picture, I mean. How about this one with the daisies?
Sure.
This one has the colorful ones. Copy image. Let's see if this is gonna work. Paste. I think it's gonna be another thumbnail. Yeah, thought so. It's the correct ratio, but it's a thumbnail. It's bloody annoying. Can I click it? No, I can just... So I need to log in order to do this, and I don't want to log in. So this website sucks. So let's try and avoid going to that website. Same one. Free stock photo. This should be a different website. Okay. Finally. Paste again. Alright. And you see it's exactly the correct ratio. Now it's a bit larger, but that's okay. This is fine. Maybe we can scale it down to 1920 and then 1080. Scale, and now we're gonna tell it view, snap to canvas edges. So this one should be a great picture because it's got lots of details. Okay, now hit Control-Shift-E. Control-Shift-E. Tulips with a capital T. Tulips. Okay, it's doing its thing. Okay, let's quickly take a look at the ship settings here. We left everything alone. Yeah, everything is the same. Tulips is exactly the same. Awesome. So we're gonna go to the game. Instead of ship, we're gonna give it the tulips. Now, you play. Whoops. Aha, we forgot something. We didn't tell the picture that it's readable. See, this one is read-write enabled. This one isn't. Pretty important. That will cause our game to crash. There you go. This one should be a bit harder.
That does not look right.
No. That looks right. Yeah, not really actually. Yeah, so you need to figure that strip of yellows clearly helps you figure something out, right? So.
No, again, doesn't look right.
Alright, well, you keep working on it. I'm sorry, what's the logic by which you're proceeding? Why are you making the decisions you're making?
No, and this yellow is going into the red one.
This picture has perspective. This means that the stuff that's closer to you, to the bottom of the picture, will be larger. The stuff that's further will be smaller.
No.
Which ones are the smallest flowers?
These ones are the smallest.
The yellow ones, that's right. So all of the yellows need to be to the top. Solve the top row first. That does not look right.
This one.
Which one looks the most wrong now in the top row?
Oh, I think it's this one. Actually, no. This one.
Okay. The others look right?
Yeah, I think so.
Then why are you swapping them? Maybe they were right, but in a wrong position in general. Which one has the smallest flowers of all of those? Of the top ones.
This one.
Then move that one to the extreme left. And then?
This one.
Okay, does this now look correct, the top row?
Yes.
Okay, next. Second row. There should be what color in the second row?
A few yellow flowers.
Okay, good. So you have 3 tiles that have at least some yellow in them.
I think this one goes here. Nope, does not look right. Yes, this one looks right.
Okay, now the top left one doesn't look right to me. That one, yeah, that one needs to change. I don't know for which one though. But you can see some red flowers there in the corner. So there would need to be a corner that's got a red flower in the top left. Maybe this one has fairly small ones.
Let me just move this one.
That looks much better. Now you need to do the third row. So these two look correct, right? These two together, but they don't look correct with the rest. So you can move them together. Either left or right.
This one looks right.
Yeah. So leave that alone.
No, it does not look right. No way. Hang on, now let me move this one. Nope. Yes, this one is right.
So you won?
What?
So have you won?
No. This row. Now, I think this row is done, but now I need to do the row at the bottom.
So it's not done. Okay.
Actually, it looks done to me, but I didn't get... Oh, it says you won.
Yeah.
So I am done.
You are done. So at the bottom it says you won, which is correct. And that concludes today's episode, where we managed to do this. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye!
Bye.